Welcome back, lottery fans. Not going to be doing any rundown videos today. I'm going to be using this video to go ahead and answer that big burning question that I know is on everyone's mind right now. With the current climate and how things are with a lot of government shutdowns and all that kind of stuff. The question is the lottery going to be closing? So I'm going to go ahead and use this video to basically go over the various different lotteries, the state lotteries, scratch-off tickets, the multi-state lotteries, give you a lay of the land on where things stand right now, and then give you a bit of insight into what might be happening in the future. So hopefully you can use this video to go ahead and get some accurate information on the current state of things, and then get a good perspective from my perspective as to what I think is going to happen. And just bear in mind that these are just my opinions. Certainly when I say things about what the state is doing right now, those are the facts. But what might be happening in the future is just my opinion, but I think it's a fairly well-informed opinion. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So let's start off with the big burning question. That big burning question is the lottery closing, or is the lottery closed? I've even seen some people posting that lotteries are closed. Truth of the matter is, no, the lottery is not closed. Every single state right now in the US that runs a lottery has their lotteries open. You can go ahead and you can purchase tickets. If they're below a claim price, you can go ahead into your stores and claim those tickets. So the lottery is definitely not closed. It is open for business, and you can play as you always have been. Well, there's a few caveats on that, but I'll get into those in a minute. So definitely don't worry about that. Now, the caveats and how things are working is certainly you may find that as you go to purchase your tickets, some of the places where you normally buy tickets from are closed. The government has asked in many states for businesses to shut down, the non-essential ones. So if you normally buy your ticket from a non-essential business, you probably won't be able to go there and get your ticket. That being said, however, a lot of the essential businesses like grocery stores, convenience stores, pharmacies, gas stations, a lot of the places that sell lottery tickets, they are staying open. And as far as I'm aware, you can go ahead and you can still purchase your lottery tickets from those places as well. So as you go out, once a week or once every other week, as you would do to do your groceries or get gas, you can definitely go ahead and pick up your lottery tickets as well and continue to play lotteries. All the lottery drawings are still happening in every single state. They are drawing for those daily drawings that your pick threes, your pick fours, your pick fives. Those are still happening every single day. You can still get your results online every single day, so there's no problem with that. The multi-state lotteries are also staying open. You can still get the lottery tickets for the multi-states, the Powerballs, the Mega Millions. All of those are open. You can definitely go ahead and play those, and those are still drawing every few days like they normally do on the usual schedule. So the short answer is the lottery is not closed. The lottery is very much open for business. Now, in terms of claiming some money, now this is where it starts to get a little bit grey area, and this is why people might start to get confused as to whether or not the lottery is closed. In a lot of states, especially those states where the governors of the states or the state governments have declared a shutdown of non-essential businesses, claiming any big prizes, so anything typically over $600 or something like that, anything that would require you to go into a claim center to claim, is going to be done by mail. A lot of the state governments have closed down their claiming centers, and they're doing this for the natural reason. They don't want people congregating in large in areas like that, so they don't want 20 people going into a claim office every single day at the same time to claim some money. They want to keep that social distancing. So you still claim your money. You can go ahead and claim it by mail. I highly recommend you do that. If you don't need to go out, definitely don't go out. So if you win one of those large ticket amounts, definitely go ahead and claim it by mail. A lot of states are also increasing the amount of time you have to claim a lottery. So, normally there's a jurisdiction in terms of, 180 days or however long it is in your state, you have to claim an actual ticket. A lot of states are adding on extra days to account for the shutdowns so that you have more time to go ahead and claim those tickets. Definitely go ahead and check out your state government's website, your lottery website, to see what provisions your state is making for that. And if you're just winning, if you're getting a small prize, if you've won like a $5 or a $10 or a scratch-off ticket of a small amount, you can still go ahead and claim those in your current place. You can go into the store and claim those as you normally would. So no change there. So definitely don't worry about playing the lottery. It's certainly not closing. Now, that's the state lotteries. For the multi-state lotteries, certainly, as I said, those are all open as well. The change that you're seeing there is certainly the Powerball so far has announced a reduction in their jackpot prize. So with the way in which the multi-state lotteries work, what they do is they base their prize amounts off of the number of tickets that are purchased. Now, naturally, as we see more people staying at home, as we see more people not going out, which I highly applaud, thank you for those of you that are staying at home, lottery tickets are not getting bought. So the amount of prize money that they can give out is going down. So right now, the Powerball jackpot, I believe, is up to $160 million. If that gets claimed within the next few days or the next week or 2 weeks, however long it happens to be, the Powerball has announced that their usual reset of the jackpot will be decreased. So normally when a large jackpot gets claimed, they go ahead and start off at $40 million again for the next jackpot. They've announced that that's going to go down to $20 million because they're seeing a reduction in ticket prices, and that just makes sense. So they're not closing down the lottery, they're not reducing the amount of drawings they're doing, they're still going to do everything, they're just reducing the jackpot because they're seeing a lower amount of tickets being purchased, which makes sense. And then they're saying at the incremental amounts, the minimum is going to be $2 million now. I believe it used to be, actually I don't know I think it might have been 4, but I'm not 100% sure. So if it doesn't get claimed, it might go then to 22 million and then 24 million. But that is all variable. I mean, if we do still see a lot of Powerball tickets being purchased, then that jackpot will go up accordingly to how many tickets they're seeing sold. So that's a good thing. For example, the Mega Millions. Mega Millions right now has not actually said anything about reducing their jackpot. As of yesterday, the jackpot was 101 million. It did not get one last night, so now it's up to 113 million. So that's a $12 million increase. Even in these times, people are still going out and buying tickets, and those jackpots are going up with accordance of how many tickets are being bought. It's not like they're capping that to say it's only going to be that. So once again, multi-state jackpots, multi-state lotteries are open as well as the state lotteries, so you can still continue to play. Scratch-off tickets, if you can buy scratch-off tickets in your grocery store or your gas station or convenience store, which is pretty much everywhere where you can buy them, then you can still continue to buy your scratch-off tickets. You can continue to scratch them off. As I said, if you're going out to groceries once a week and you like playing scratch-offs, pick up a couple of scratch-off tickets. Now, the big question is, why are the lotteries not closing? There's certainly a lot of people out there saying, that they should do, that, in these times they shouldn't be running lotteries, and I can certainly see some argument for that. But when you actually analyze what we're trying to do here with this situation, we're trying to basically reduce the amount of people that come together in a single place. Now, to run a lottery, whilst it takes a lot of people to run a lottery and do all the things, the actual drawings for the lotteries themselves don't take a huge amount of people. It's not like you have to have 50 people in a room for a lottery drawing to take place. It can actually happen with just a few people. So in that sense, the lottery drawings themselves are still able to go on because they're not putting anyone at risk. There is good social distancing going on, so there's not any worries there. And those people that then process the lotteries and do all the work on the back end, a lot of those are doing remote work or social distancing within the offices or anything like that. So it's not like the lottery is greatly impacted by the social distancing. They're just focusing on the areas of the lottery where social distancing might need to be enforced, like the claim centres and stuff like that. So all in all, good news for the lottery. It is open for business. It is going to continue. And certainly from a monetary perspective, a lot of people are saying, well, the lottery is just greedy and they're just getting more money. Well, that's not necessarily true. There's a couple of very important things that I want to make clear here. Firstly, playing the lottery is a fun thing for a lot of us to do. The simple fact that we can still go in these trying times and buy a lottery ticket and make aspirational dreams about how I might be able to win this money, or even win that money in these trying times, that's a big mental and sometimes economical thing for us that play the lottery. It's a great thing that if we can keep it going, we definitely should keep it going, because we need it. In these times, anything that can make us a little bit happier, make us enjoy our day-to-day lives even as we normally would, I think that's a good thing mentally, and from a mental stability thing. It's always nice to have those little entertainment things that we can continue to do. We continue to watch the television, we continue to read books. There's no reason why we can't continue to go ahead and dream about winning the lottery. So that's a good thing as well. And also, the other thing is, whilst at the times a lot of other places where governments might get their revenues, certainly tax revenues are going to be down. They're closing down all the gaming facilities and casinos. The revenues from that's going to be down. So governments are losing a lot of money. And a lot of the lottery money not only goes to pay for the government things, but it goes to pay for good causes as well in our communities, and they're going to see a loss of revenue. Some of these charities and everything like that, they're not going to see all this money because of these shutdowns, what have you. So keeping the lottery open means that the revenue and the money still flows to those areas that actually need it. All these charities, these educational funds, everything that benefits from the lottery, they're still going to see that money coming in. So not shutting down does benefit those areas as well. Now, what may happen in the future? This is a current state of today. As of today, everything I've said so far is what we're seeing right now. Now, will the lottery close in the future? That's where it gets a little bit of a gray area. Depending on how you look at things, it could go one of two ways. Now, I'm no expert. As I said, I'm not a professional in this. Although I am an expert, I'm not a professional. I don't work for the lottery company, so I don't know what exactly they're doing. I'm certainly not a government employee, so I don't know what the governments are planning. But for everything I've seen in the industry so far, everything I've seen to date about the lotteries leads me to believe that they're probably not going to be closing the lotteries. When you look at states like California, that's been on lockdown for quite a while now, they have not shut down the lottery at all. They still do daily drawings. You look at New York, which has our highest rate of infection right now, trying times for New York. They have not shut down the lottery either. They're still doing daily drawings. So even in those two cases right now where certainly America is getting hit the hardest, they are still soldiering on and doing that fantastic duty for us and keeping those lotteries open. So I don't think in the US we're going to see a closure. Now, there is precedence to say that it might actually close down. When you look at China, China was the first case of this. They shut down their lottery. They did shut down their lottery for quite a long time. And there is certainly differences in the China lottery and how we do things over in the US that make that a requirement. But they were very strict on locking down a lot of things, and it panned out. It worked out for them. So there definitely is an argument to say, well, if we close down the lotteries, we stop encouraging people to go out. It's one more thing we can stop. So it enforces even more of that social distancing, because someone that might go out every single day to the grocery store to buy a ticket might not be able to go ahead and do that anymore. So there definitely is that argument. But then you look at Italy, who definitely also was a very hard-hit country, even more so than China now. They didn't shut down their lottery either. They have kept their lottery open as well. So there's two different sides to the scale there. So if you were to ask me, is the lottery going to close down? I don't think it will, but there is no guarantee that it won't. We certainly may see some instances where they do decide that they need to get even stricter on locking things down, and that's one of the things that does get locked down. But to be honest, I don't think it will. That's where we are today. Definitely, if things change, I will keep you up to date. I'll be posting on the Lottery Predictor Facebook page with any updates I see, so definitely go ahead and keep your eye on that. Make sure you subscribe to that. And in the meantime, keep playing. There's no harm in these times to going ahead and buying a lottery ticket whilst you go out every week and get your groceries. Certainly stay safe. If you don't need to go out, I highly encourage you don't go out. Lottery is not going anywhere. Once we get through this, it's still going to be there. So definitely don't make any special trips out to go and get your lottery tickets. I would not encourage that. But certainly if you're out getting gas or you're out at the grocery store getting your groceries, still go ahead and get that lottery ticket. It's nice for us to break up the turmoil that we're seeing with a little bit of fun of playing a lottery game or playing a scratch-off or something like that. So definitely go ahead and recommend doing that. All right, I will be back later on with more winning rundowns. Hopefully everyone's staying safe. Please stay healthy, and we'll all get through this. This is one of those things where we are come together as a nation, and we're doing the right things. And it's tough now, but this too shall pass. We will get on the other side of this. All right, good luck, everyone. I'll be back later with more. In the meantime, take care.